sure I'm so ready to see it.
Why'd they change your heart?
Because I recorded, one night I was recording my dog in his kennel, in her kennel. And I was like, okay, you know, she's getting used to it. And an orb came through. And I'm like, oh, okay, there's an orb. They're my family. They're my friends. And I decided to sit on the couch and make a recording and for the first time ever talk. Like say, hi, how are you? Who are you? And the weirdest thing happened. Like they all came through. But then the next day when I was looking through the video and the footage, I heard something.
Let's say it.
It scared the crap. It was like an interdimensional demonic growl. But I decided, okay, I'm not sure what I'm dealing with. And I sent it to my mom, and she decided to say, because my mom's is sensitive and she sees things, I have always chosen not to see. She sees. And I said, what do I do? And she said, Summer, that is your spirit guide. It's a cougar, just purring. Like, I don't even know what to think. I have 10 minutes of this audio coming through, and it scared me. But I've never been scared of my house before, ever.
Send us the audio if you can, Summer. George at coasttocoastam.com. I'd like to hear that if you can, or at least just a portion of it. It doesn't have to be the full 10 minutes. And that's a pretty big file anyway. But, yeah, definitely send that to us, and we'll see what's going on, to be sure. Old buddy Barry in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Hello, Bear.
Hello there, George. What's up, old buddy, old pal?
How you feeling? You feeling good?
As a matter of fact, I'm feeling great, and my doctors tell me now that since I've lived a year and a half, I might live 10 years.
Excellent.
I know it. I'm thrilled. Except now what am I going to do for the next 9 years?
Listen to our program.
You got that right, and that's the main reason I'm not dying.
Well, that's very kind of you to say that.
But for your caller that was interested Cornelius, he can bet his Bible's bullets and beans that Cornelius is for real.
He's yours. You're all for real. Nobody's a paid actor.
I know it. I couldn't believe that. He's a regular caller, and he gets through. He's like me, one of the favorites. But it tickles me to death for somebody to ask that question because there ain't nothing funny about Cornelius White.
No. Or you, or Tom in La Jolla, or anybody else who gets through.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you've got your favorites because we're the smartest ones on your show.
Even smarter than me, probably.
No, I wouldn't say that, George. You're top of the line. You're George now. But listen, let me tell you a quick story about my rock and roll career.
That's right. You had one.
I was 9 years old in 1951, and my daddy said, "Come on, go with me." And this was one Friday night, and he went out drinking with his buddies. So here I go, and sure enough, we go to one of them's house, and they're singing barbershop quartet music. You know, the harmony band.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Great music, too.
I'm telling you, my daddy sang tenor for them. And George, I started singing when I was 9 years old and turned pro when I was 11.
Good for you.
Listen to this. We used to go to the Elf Lodge, and Daddy would sing with his quartet, and I would get up in the middle of it, and they'd say, "Okay, we're going to add one to the quartet now. Barry is going to sing," and so we changed the name of the band to Barbershop 4.5.
I love it.
Quartet. Because I was just a tiny little kid.
I'll always remember that night we talked to Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top about you.
Oh, yes, I did. I heard it, as a matter of fact.
That was fun. I was in a group in high school called the Wanderers. We were like a folk group, and
My group was the Chosen Few.
I love it. What's your favorite song of all time?
Yeah, I tell you the truth, Thomas Danhauser, one of his absolute favorites, is L.A. Woman by the Gold Doors. I mean, every time I hear that,
You don't sing that one, though, do you?
well, I could.
No, that's okay.
Okay. I guess you could tell my voice from when I was 9 years old has changed.
Do you have any video of you when you were, of course, they didn't have video cameras in those days, did they?
No. They came out with them about the time I came along, but no, I don't. And I've got a VCR or two about me with the Chosen Few. And what happened was, George, I started singing with my daddy's quartet, and people started trying to give me some money. And I put a jar up there, and sure enough, by the time I was 11 years old, I was singing for a living.
That's great. Enterprising.
So anyway, I go up through high school. I'm in the 9th grade. I'm singing in the Glee Club, and I do a solo on TV, the local Fayetteville, North Carolina TV station. And sure enough, they had me on TV and singing my solo, and then we moved out of town, and I came to Rock Hill and quit singing. You know.
Well, you should have continued it. You could have had a great career doing that. I've heard you sing. You got a great voice, Barry, to be sure. We're going to take a quick break and come back at the top of the hour with more open line calls east of the Rockies. Lisa, you'll be one of the first we get to when we come right back.
Coast Insiders. The new version of the Coast to Coast AM app is now available for iPhone and now Android 4.0 and above. Listen live or on demand, anywhere, anytime. Go to coasttocoastam.com and download it today.
Bridgerton, the official podcast, takes you behind the scenes of the newly released season 2 of the hit Netflix show. Join Bridgerton superfans for conversations as revealing as Lady Whistledown's inside scoop. From details about costumes and sets to interviews with the cast and crew.
Something very special that Shonda has brought to this show is people of colour are cast and playing in it as if all it is about is human beings.
Listen to Bridgerton, the official podcast, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You voted for all this, and now what? You're going to move to a state where there's far less of these progressive whack jobs and say, "Wow, life is better here." None of this bad stuff happens by accident. It happens because of choices we make.
John and Ken.
It's our fault.
Weekdays 2 to 6 on KFI.
I just had a visual of the wall being constructed across the United States and a couple of champion pole vaulters make it into the United States. Proof positive. We need a wall that's not 30 feet high. We need a wall that's 60 feet high. And then you have the circus guy being shot out of a cannon.
Bill Handel. Mornings from 6 to 10 on KFI.
How about somebody speak for the normal people? How about somebody tell the truth? Normal people don't want mental patients, drug addicts, and pedophiles sleeping in cars in front of their kids' schools. Why can't anyone say that out loud?
John and Ken. Weekdays 2 to 6 on KFI.
I don't know why they can't say we killed him, we shot him and he's in the hospital, we tackled him and he's in jail. What's with neutralized?
Yeah, you're right. They should say we tackled him and put him into custody, or we killed him.
How come no one in law enforcement or government just speaks English?
John and Ken.
Tell me what it is.
Weekdays 2 to 6 on KFI.
So I say, this show is lit. Lit. What does it mean to you?
Lit. It is bad.
Gary and Shannon.
I'm going back to the original.
Perfect. Okay. That was super hip. All of that.
Weekdays at 10 a.m.
Lit show is bad.
On KFI.
That's what I'm saying. He's a dilettante. A dilettante's a good word. Now spell it. I don't have to spell the fancy words I use.
John and Ken. Weekdays 2 to 6 on KFI. KFI. AM 640.
Not just stimulating talk, it's more.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County. Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
They finally got him. I'm Andrew Caravella from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. An LAPD standoff has ended after the suspect took police on a low-speed chase for several hours in Mid-City Friday night and into Saturday morning. The man was allegedly a suspect in an assault with a deadly weapon case. The suspect could be seen exiting his vehicle several times during the pursuit to taunt police. After the suspect came to a final stop, LAPD called in the SWAT team. It took 3 armored vehicles to box in the suspect's car. The standoff ended around 1:15 in the morning after the man exited the car and started to walk away from authorities. The man ran toward a crowd after police shot him with a non-lethal projectile. Police took the man into custody. No one was hurt. A car wash in Torrance has been fined for more than $800,000 for wage theft. The California Labor Commissioner's office says managers and owners failed to pay more than 24 workers for all the hours they worked. The report says some workers were not paid for overtime and were not given the required meal and rest breaks. 20 students have been pepper sprayed by a school security officer in San Bernardino. District officials say pepper spray was used to break up a fight at Del Vallejo Middle School and Steam Academy. 8 of the 20 went to the nurse's office on Thursday. One mom says the school is out of control. She says the school has turned into a fight club made up of 6th and 7th graders. 2 cousins have been shot while sitting in a car in Santa Ana. A 19-year-old was killed. An 18-year-old is in the hospital. Police Sergeant Maria Lopez tells KTLA the teen's car was stopped in an alley on Thursday night when a guy dressed in all black walked up.
Shot multiple rounds into the vehicle and again hit both 2 of the 3 occupants in the vehicle. Multiple rounds.
She says a 16-year-old in the back seat was able to get away and was not hurt. An ISIS militant has been sentenced in New York to life in federal prison for the murders of American hostages in Syria.
Alexander Cote and foot soldiers of the Islamic State all engaged in what federal prosecutors called a pattern of grotesque, violent criminal activity. Cote and others in his group, nicknamed the Beatles for their British accents, kidnapped, tortured, and murdered Americans James Foley, Stephen Sotloff, Kayla Mueller, and Peter Kassig.
KFI weather, Saturday we'll see highs in the 70s for the beaches, Metro LAOC, and the valleys, 80s for the IE. A few degrees cooler on Sunday. Monday and Tuesday we'll stay in the 70s and 80s across the Southland. Right now Calabasas 57, Bellflower 55, Yorba Linda 58, and in Ontario it is 56 degrees. We lead local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Andrew Caravella.
Going apart on the southbound side of 5, just past Beach Boulevard. Crash there has 3 right lanes blocked the carpool and 2 left lanes have reopened, but you're seeing a jam-packed car starting at Artesia Boulevard. The fatal crash investigation continues in Compton, eastbound side of the 91 before Alameda Street. 2 right lanes blocked there. Minor slowdown starting at Acacia and Highland Park. Some good news on the southbound side of the 110 before Avenue 60. That crash cleared off the freeway to drop the covering from York Boulevard. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robert Tubucky.
Beach season means nothing but veggie smoothies for me. So throw that pink coffee carrot cake in the blender and start smoothing. And now, the top 5 reasons to visit Morongo. Number 5.
Baseball's back. With big screens everywhere, you won't miss a hit even when you hit a blackjack in our new gaming pits.
Number 4.
The legendary Patti LaBelle, live May 7th. Get your tickets now.
3.
Swing into a sizzling summer and stay cool at the pool. Book your room and get free access to Oasis Pool, Waterslide, and Lazy River. Call 888-MORONGO now.
And the number 2.
The new Morongo Travel Center. Get inexpensive gas, load up on snacks, and hit a jackpot before you hit the road.
And the number 1 reason.
The Marketplace opens May 4th. Top chef Fabio Viviani is bringing you an unrivaled all-you-can-eat dining experience.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Morongo. Good times!
If you're a valued customer, you deserve a simple gesture of appreciation from your credit card company. And that's why Discover matches all of the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Californians have worked really hard to beat COVID-19 by doing the things we know work best, like getting vaccinated and boosted, testing before and after travel, staying home when feeling sick, and wearing a mask when it can protect us and others. Let's continue to do our part to keep each other safer from COVID-19. When we work together, there's nothing we can't overcome. Learn more at covid19.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
One of the great rivalry matchups is coming to town. It's the San Francisco Giants battling the Boys in Blue during a two-game series at Dodger Stadium, May 3rd and 4th at 7:10. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/tickets.
Who wants to be a millionaire? Lottery.com can make that a reality. Buy $25 or more in groceries at your local Food for Less and send us a picture of your receipt to get your free $2 Powerball ticket from Lottery.com. Text Powerball to 63566 or visit your local Food for Less store for details. Some restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Neil Saavedra. I know you listen to KFI on the free iHeartRadio app. Well, now you can connect with us using the new TalkBack mic. So simple. Just open KFI on the iHeart app. Then, when you have something to say, tap the round red TalkBack mic and record your 30-second message. You could even listen back to make sure your voice message doesn't suck. After all, it could end up on the radio. Talk to KFI hosts with one tap, only on the free iHeartRadio app. Discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love.
KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
Superwoman, super lawyer, superwoman, superlawyer.com.
KFI AM 640.
George Norrie, call the wildcard line at 818-501-4109. The first-time caller line is 818-501-4721. To talk toll-free from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From west of the Rockies toll-free, call 800-618-8255. To reach George via Skype, use Skype name George97313. Send George a text message anytime at 818-298-6521. This is Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie.
More open lines here on Coast to Coast for you. And say a little prayer that this madness in Ukraine ends. My gosh, threatening nukes now. What's wrong with Putin? What is wrong with this guy? But say a prayer. Anything will help. And we'll be back in a moment to take your calls. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation broke ground on its Do Good Village in Land O'Lakes, Florida. Now, this is the first of its kind. It's a community of 110 homes for the foundation's program recipients. Together, these families can heal from what they've been through. It's a special place where the families know that their neighbors understand and care about them. It's a community where the children of our nation's fallen or catastrophically injured heroes can grow and experience life together. The Foundation's Do Good Village is going to help these families beyond measure, and it's all really thanks to the extraordinary donation of many acres of land and your generosity as well. Help America's greatest heroes and their families heal together. Make the Do Good Village the first of many communities like it. And with every mortgage-free home, the Foundation makes good on its promise to do good. Never forget the sacrifices our heroes have made for our country and our communities. Simply donate $11 a month to Tunnel the Towers at T2T.org. That's the letter T, the number 2, the letter T. T2T.org.
If you're in the market for a new home or your dream home, go with a lender you can count on for competitive rates. Over 300 loan products and thousands of loan consultants to help make sure you get the home and the mortgage that you want. Call now to see if you're pre-approved. 866-888-LOAN. 866-888-LOAN. Or go to LoanDepot.com. Loan Depot, where home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
The young lady from the rescue delivered happy. He was missing hair, stinky, scabby. The cause of his issue was poor nutrition. It was neglect. DINOVITE.com. We've been using Dynavite, and within a couple weeks, his skin started clearing up. He didn't smell. He had more energy, a glow, and a bounce about him.
You get some Dynavite, how happy your
dog will be
DINOVITE.com.
And welcome back to Coast. Great to have you with us. A couple little notes here. One, I want to thank all of you for participating in this program over all these years, because you truly make it what it is, and that's the #1 rated late night talk show in the country. So thank you for all of that. And also a little program note for you. The network and I have reached agreement on a new 5-year contract to take us well into the end of 2027. And we'll figure out what to do after that. But we got at least 5 more years of this great stuff to do, and I want to thank you for being part of it. Let's go to the phones east of the Rockies. Lisa's with us in Lake Royale, North Carolina. Hello, Lisa.
Hello. Yes, thank you for saying that, because I am nervous, and thank you, George. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're very welcome. And don't be nervous. It's just like a phone call between you and me.
Okay. All right. Then I'll take it as that. And of course, listening to your show on the radio from time to time, I enjoy seeing you more on Ancient Aliens.
Well, thank you. We have fun. I think when I get back to Los Angeles, we're going to tape some more.
Oh, well, I will definitely look forward to that.
Keep watching.
I'd like to share my story regarding my dad. I had purchased a pendant, a horse pendant, for my dad for his birthday because he enjoyed horses so much. And he wore the pendant. He bought the chain and put the pendant on the chain and wore it for, at least 15 years, maybe more, until his death in 2001. And he wore it every day because I was with him every weekend to play poker.
I love it.
And anyway, when he had passed, I wanted to make sure that the pendant, he wore the pendant at his service.
Right. Were you going to bury him in the pendant as well?
Correct.
Okay.
And I wanted the pendant to be with him. And my brother-in-law had, he's the deputy fire chief in New York City, so he knew the funeral parlor very well. And everything is attached. He's wearing it. He said, "Fine, don't worry about it." And after the service, family members have an opportunity to have a personal goodbye with their loved ones, and I took the opportunity, and I was kneeling near his casket, and my hands were folded together, and I had my own private words to say to him, and the next thing I knew was that the pendant was in my hands.
How did it get there?
I don't know. I feel that